Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I'm looking at this Facebook meme of how rich people budget in terms of so for a millionaire they budget 25% for needs, 10% wants, 65% for investment. I got a big problem with this diagram. Oh, and in general, even for the average person, in general, people treat wants and needs as if there were a solid black line in between them. I challenge that philosophy. Let me give you an example. They show food, obviously. Now, is food a need? Well, is your third fast food meal of the day still a need when you're already 50 pounds overweight, right? Or is food even a need at all, right? The average person, most people eat way more than they need, and there are certainly other ways to eat besides going to the grocery store and buying food, right? You could hunt your own food if you so desired. You could grow your own food, right? Now, those are extreme examples, but what I'm trying to point out is that nobody has an obligation to purchase food, right? Yeah, for most people, it's probably the most efficient way to do it. But I want people to be more open-minded to that. Now, about the wants. What is a want? Are all wants equal? So, for example, they show a luxury car, right? Okay. Well, let me give you an example. In my last video, I talked about a friend of mine who overdosed on drugs. That's obviously a very extreme example of a want, right? But there are slower ways to commit slow suicide that are equally bad, right? Soda, cigarettes, other anything that encourages you to be sedentary. Those would probably be very bad wants, right? Now, I recently, as you guys have been following over the past year, returned to the dating scene. Now, is dating a want or a need? Well, it's a spectrum, right? Yeah, there are times when I go on a date in order to have fun, but also there are times I do it because I think about the future, right? The next time I have a tricky situation that is easier to handle as a couple instead of by myself, right? It has a return on investment, right? Now, in terms of the investments, now there are certain things that I do for fun that also bring me an investment value, right? So, for example, you guys see me making the art projects with the Legos. I submitted to Lego Ideas. Is that a want or a need? Well, it has helped me make a lot of connections and new friends, and with that, the potential of making new networking opportunities, maybe meeting somebody to date or meeting somebody for future career purposes, right? And don't forget the other art project I did last year. That investment has grown 4 or 5 times ever since Trump signed the tariffs. Right? What I'm trying to say is that all of these exist on a spectrum. There is no solid line separating need, want, and investment. And the more you can do things that accomplish all of them, if you can do something that you love, and it satisfies it brings an investment return, and it satisfies various life goals, right? All the better, right? It doesn't have to it could add up to 300%, right? It doesn't have to, just because something is a need doesn't mean it can't also be a want or an investment or vice versa.